Two undefeated monsters, two storms born worlds apart, yet destined to collide inside a single unforgiving cage. One is a savage beast, hungry for destruction, a man who walks with fire in his eyes and war in his blood. Khamzat Chimaev. The other is a ghost in the shadows, a silent executioner who never screams, never shouts, never blinks. Shavkat Rakhmonov. When these two forces meet inside the steel battleground, something will break, something will collapse. Either one legacy will fall, or both will burn into ashes. This isn't just a fight, it's a reckoning. A brutal test of pride, of instinct, of dominance. So the only question that remains is who walks away and who never rises again. Let's dive into this nightmare of a clash. The chaos versus the calm. The roar versus the silence, the beast versus the sniper. Khamzat Chimaev does not enter the cage. He storms it. He invades like a soldier sent for a final battle. He brings heat, fury, madness. Every step he takes is war. Every punch he throws is rage unleashed. He does not fight to impress. He fights to destroy, to end, to dominate, to erase the very soul of his opponent. His wrestling is a storm on the ground. You don't escape, you get buried. His takedowns are lightning fast, and when he grabs you, it's not a hold. It's a sentence already written and already served.
He doesn't play chess, he flips the board, he doesn't wait, he strikes, and when those fists land, dreams get broken, reality gets shattered in one clean blow. His war against Gilbert Burns was not a victory, it was an explosion, a declaration that he does not care about names, he does not care about rankings, he only cares about carnage. He fights like he has nothing to lose and everything to prove. His madness becomes his power, his fearlessness becomes his fuel. He fights like a man who carries the weight of a nation and the burden of vengeance. He trains in pain and lives in chaos, and that chaos is always hungry. But beyond the fire lies ice, and that ice has a name: Shavkat Rakhmonov, the one who waits in the silence, the one who never brags, never boasts, never blinks. He walks without noise and strikes without warning. He is not here for hype, he is not here for drama, he is here to calculate, to eliminate, to finish. He doesn't talk, he doesn't taunt, but when that cage door locks, his silence becomes deafening. Every move is surgical, every strike is exact, every fight ends the same: either you tap or you black out. No noise, no mercy, no escape. He watches his opponents like prey, like puzzles to solve, like targets to erase. He carries no emotion, no fear, no anger, only purpose and calculation. They call him the assassin, not because he looks like one, but because when he strikes you disappear. His training is not about power, it's about precision. He does not throw wild punches, he cuts through openings like a blade in the dark. He is the cold in the room, the chill in the spine, the moment before the lights go out. So what happens when fire meets ice, when Chimaev roars and charges and tears through like a wild animal, and Shavkat stands still like a ghost waiting for the perfect second? When rage meets rhythm, when madness meets silence, what happens when chaos crashes into control? Khamzat will explode, he will pressure, he will throw and slam and roar, he will try to end it in the first minute, in the first exchange, in the first breath. That's how he wins, fast, hard, brutal. But Shavkat, he will not panic, he will not run, he will watch, he will breathe, and when the storm slows even for a heartbeat, he will strike, and that strike could end it all. This fight is not just a battle of bodies, it's a battle of minds, of patience, of instincts. One wants to destroy, the other wants to dissect, one wants to crush, the other wants to crack. This is not just power versus power, this is war versus strategy, explosion versus execution. Khamzat trains like a machine with madness for fuel. He lifts like a monster, he slams like a tank. His sparring partners feel his weight before the fight even begins. He sweats in war zones, he fights in flames, and when the cage door shuts, his rage becomes unstoppable force. But Shavkat, he's not chasing power, he's perfecting control. He drills the same punch 1,000 times, the same kick with the same angle, the same slip with the same intent. He doesn't rush, he refines, and when the bell rings, he becomes a ghost with steel in his hands. Khamzat has a crowd that roars, a fanbase that chants his name like thunder. He feeds on the noise, he fuels his soul with chaos. But Shavkat doesn't need a crowd, he creates silence. His fans don't shout, they watch because they know what's coming: a clinical end, a surgical execution, a masterclass in destruction. And now the world waits. Every analyst, every fighter, every soul who's ever stepped in a cage, they all ask the same question: what happens when the firestorm meets the silent tide, when brute force faces cold calculation, when rage tries to conquer calm? If Khamzat doesn't finish early, he walks into the sniper's crosshairs, and in Shavkat's world there are no mistakes, only traps, only setups, only cold finishes. But if Shavkat can't withstand the fire, the storm will swallow him whole. This is not about who hits harder, it's about who breaks first. It's not just a fight, it's a collision, it's chaos in motion, it's stillness with a blade, it's two perfect storms heading straight for each other with nowhere to turn, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. One man will leave with the crown, the other with questions, the kind that haunt you in the dark, the kind that don't go away, because in this war there are no ties, no maybes, no second chances. Khamzat, the wild flame that burns everything in its path, unstoppable, unpredictable, unbreakable. Shavkat, the shadow in the room, the ghost in the cage, the assassin with nothing but silence and death in his hands. One hunts with fury, one hunts with focus, and when they collide, only one name will echo through the cage, only one will walk out undefeated, only one will write history. Will the storm roar loud enough to crush the calm, or will silence rise and claim victory? Khamzat Chimaev versus Shavkat Rakhmonov, the war no one saw coming but the whole world will remember.